You have boatloads of lived experience that other people could be helped with. And you know that. I'm sure you do. But how do you get it all packaged neatly into a book? If you ever found yourself like seeing someone doing something that you did and you found a better way and you just can't help but to give your opinion on how you can help, it might be time for you to write your book, even if nobody reads it. Stay tuned here. Your stories carry a different weight, especially when you tell the ones that are from lived experience. All of a sudden, there's this more connection, a deeper connection. It happens all the time where we're telling stories in conversations. Sometimes it starts with the weather and it leads to something different. And that's how we connect as human beings. And I feel like in this transition that we're in, where things are becoming more and more AI generated, it's like more responsibility on us as the midlife people out here, that we still know how to extract this stuff from our brain. It's our responsibility to keep these stories alive. It's also our responsibility to ensure that the future has like these skills to be able to extract stories, extract writing from our brains. So maybe it's always been on your bucket list to write a book, but now it feels like, wow, is it too late? Have I arrived too late? And I'm saying, no, it is never too late. We're not chasing anything perfect. What we're doing is extracting the stories from your lived experience and the lessons, and we're putting them on the page in the way that you would say it. That's one of the mistakes that new authors make. They think that they can't have their own voice. It's not supposed to be perfect. That's what's going to set you up differently. And that's what's going to allow you the breathing room to just let it flow and create. So in this world where we're entering things that are getting more and more AI generated, more and more AI help, I'm going the separate way. There's so many reasons to do this. One of the top reasons is to keep the brain active and keep the brain alive. And the second one is to keep this skill set going. If we let what's going to be called one day retro writing, this is going to quietly disappear. But not if we act, not if we do not allow it to disappear by continuing to keep this skill alive. Am I right? So people often ask, okay, so what am I going to write about? What's my voice? And how the heck do I find it? Here's the magic sauce. You're the magic sauce. You're the secret. Your voice is already there. It's the stuff that you talk about all the time. It's how you talk to your friend when you're telling the truth. It's your rhythm, the way you say things, maybe the way you laugh at things halfway through you're explaining something tough. These are all part of the author's voice. In 2021, I did self-publish my own book by doing those things, by extracting the stories and the knowledge from my own head. And I'm really glad I did before the age of AI, because I know it's possible. I know it's possible to sit down and write your book and get it published, even if nobody reads it. Some of the things you want to start asking questions about is, what have I lived through that I wish somebody had, written a book about and gave to me? What stories do I keep telling? Like, when you run into your friends at the grocery store, because they continue to move me, or they continue to have this sort of learned experience in there that you want someone else to know. What are those stories? Another question that you can ask yourself is, if I was leaving a younger version of myself a handbook, kind of like a watch out things and the lessons that were learned and how I would do differently, what would that look like? We've all heard the term that if you want to find your purpose, think about if a plane was going down and you had like 5 minutes to tell the person beside you everything that your life was about. That's kind of where the core book is. Now, when you're writing your first book, I love to go with something that I like to call creative nonfiction. I think it is actually a real writer term. Creative nonfiction, it's a collection of stories, and also you get to share your wisdom. And I feel like it's the easiest, first, lowest hanging fruit of something that you're going to write, because it combines all of your the life lessons you've learned up to this point, all the watch outs and everything that you are already compelled to share with people that are listening. And it also combines that with, the stories that taught you those lessons, the ones that you are absolutely want to leave kind of as a legacy, right? It's kind of as, here's a handbook. So maybe it's for your business. Maybe it's for yourself. Maybe it accentuates something that that is your lifetime legacy, and you find yourself explaining things all the time, and it's just such a long explanation. Maybe it just needs to be in a book, and then you can send people to that book. When you start the writing process, your brain always wants to go, well, how am I going to publish? How am I going to do tech? How am I going to do blah, 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 blah? Don't let it go there yet. Just write it. Just allow it to flow out of your brain. All those other techie pieces and stuff, they can come later. But you know what? If you get stuck in that rabbit hole first, the book doesn't get written. That's why there's maybe 5% of the population that has said that they wanted to write a book actually do. So don't be among the 95%. Don't go there. Get it out of your body. Let's talk about the blank page. Where do I start? Here's how we're going to keep this process human and doable. Step number 1, handwrite your first ideas. I know we might all get hand cramps because it's been a long time since we've done that, but it really does help the creative process. It'll boost creativity, memory, and an emotional connection with what you're actually writing. The second step is to set a daily target, small, just 10 minutes. Put the timer on and free write like no one's watching. That is the best type of writing to get the ideas from your mind onto that blank page. And 10 minutes keeps it nice and short and punchy, so you don't get to the part where you're agonizing over how much more can I write? I'm all out of ideas. It actually trains the brain to want more. And when you train the brain to want more, it's going to help you continue to stop those blank pages from coming. Step number 3 is I want you to go for a walk. Yeah. Use those creative times to do voice memos. Because once you start step 1 and step 2, it's kind of like it opens up these little poppers in your brain, and you'll start to get all of these amazing ideas. I actually have over 300 of them in my phone. All these juicy ideas that at some point this year, I'm going to turn those juicy ideas that I have no idea what they are because I put them in my phone and I leave them into a book. And we're going to do that together on this channel. I have other things that I need to do first, which I'll talk about on the season 7 opener of the Creative Life in Motion podcast. Your book matters because it's yours. It's not somebody else's. No one else can create what is meant for you to get on paper. Nothing else can. It's locked and loaded in there until you let it launch out. Where am I coming up with these phrases? I have no idea. Once your ideas start flowing, it's time to shape it up with a little bit of intention. You got to ask yourself, what is the purpose of this book? Is it legacy? Is it lead generation? Is it something that you want to establish yourself as a thought leader? Is it just for yourself because you need that self-healing and you don't even want anybody to read it? There is no wrong answer. This answer gets to be straight from you. The second question to ask yourself is, how do I want somebody to feel after they've read the book? When you know the purpose of your book, you can start to design your chapters to match. Every story should and lesson should connect to that big overall transformation that you want the reader to have. Your first book is so special because it's the one that says, this is who I am. This is what I stand for. And this is the legacy that I want to leave behind. It doesn't have to be a big dramatic thing. Your first book can also be filled with all of this stuff, but be very easy and tangible and almost like a booklet. Just allow it to start to come out of you and fall in love with that writing process. We're entering this world where there's so much content out there on social media. It's auto-generated and we're getting more and more to that, which is going to make your human written book all that more magnetic. It attracts the right people. It's going to draw community in around the message. If you're thinking, okay, I'm ready, but I'm not really sure where to start, that's exactly why I decided that I would create my 7-day book writing framework challenge. I hope you like it. I'm just working on the finishing touches this week. So the link is down below. There's a sign up page so that I'll send it to you as soon as it's ready, or depending on when you land on this video, it might already be there. We're going to keep it simple and real, and this is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see where this goes together. Here's the things. There's no AI writing your chapters. So I'm literally running the other way, and I'm hoping you'll come with me. We're going to work on short daily focus sessions to flesh out the ideas. I'm going to give you some prompts and frameworks that are going to help you pull your words basically from your brain onto the page. And by the end of the 7 days, you're going to have your book idea clarified. You're going to have your chapters. And all you need to do after that is just sit down and write. It's all going to be there for you. You're going to have the proof that you can do this. If that resonates with you, make sure that you click on the link below this video in the description and get the 7-day book framework challenge. Your voice, it matters. We need your story. Let's write your first book the human way.